Hi, welcome back to me and Mon Ami, and today's a very special day for me because, well, I'm going to Monaco to enroll at a driving school. I'm finally going to attempt to get my driving license. So if you're new to this channel, you won't know that basically I've been driving for the last 2 years here in France without a driving license, because what I've been driving is a Citroen, which is what the French term as a sans permis, which is basically a car you don't need a license. So this thing was delivered to us on Villefranche Beach. We got in it, we taught ourselves to drive it, and 2 years on, here we are. But that doesn't mean, of course, I can drive anything else. It doesn't mean I can drive anything that is heavier than a light quadricycle, which is what this is classed as. And, you know, I love our Citroen, but there are many other heavier quadricycles, cars with slightly longer range, etc., other microcars with longer range and heavier weights that I would love to trial and do test drives of for you, but I can't do it because I haven't got a license. And also, we do have a sneaking desire somewhere down the line to perhaps rent a motorhome for a week and take you on an adventure. But that's, you know, that's long in the distance. So anyway, many of you, I think, have suggested that I sort of go and look for a license and, look for somewhere to do some lessons, should I say. And for the last couple of months, I've been doing just that. Now, there have been two problems here in Nice. The first one is I didn't really trust myself to do this in French. My French, I don't think is quite good enough. So I was looking for a driving school that did English language. I found one. They were great. They sounded really keen. The problem was they only had a diesel car. They only had a non-automatic. And I just couldn't quite face going backwards, learning the clutch, learning to drive a sort of petrol car when I don't really have any intention of driving a petrol car. So I decided I would look for a school that would do automatic, that had an electric car. We found one at the other side of Nice. They were entirely, I think, French, but they seemed very nice. But then they didn't get back to us. We have a little bit of an issue here that we often find when we email people, they just don't answer our emails. The only way to get through is to ring. So anyway, we then came across this driving school in Monaco. And the way we came across it is we saw one of their, wait for it, Citroen Ami driving instruction vehicles, because they actually do courses for young people, you know, people who are younger than me, even younger than me, because even younger than me people have to do a little course, I think 5 hours before they can drive an Ami. You still don't need a license, but you have to do this course. So we saw this and we got quite excited, and we went online and discovered that not only do they do Citroen Ami driving lessons and Renault Twizy driving lessons, but they do full driving lessons for full cars and electric automatic, a B automatic as they call it in France. So anyway, we sent him an email, and lo and behold, we didn't get a response. And then we sent another one and we didn't get a response. And then we rang up and it went to an answer machine, and we were beginning to think they didn't like us. And then we rang up about 2 hours ago, and we finally got through, and a very nice lady said, come in after 3 o'clock. I think they're having a long lunch in Monaco, and we can sign you up, bring your residency permit, and we can sign you up and fill in the forms and apply for a license. So we are now headed into Monaco. We're a little bit early, and we're going to take Twiggy for a walk up in the hills up here, maybe get a little sandwich, and then we're headed down into Monaco to sign up for this driving school. I hope. So let's see what happens, and I'll try and take you with us, and we'll see what it's like to learn to drive in France. I mean, I can drive, obviously. Look, I'm driving. Aujourd'hui, je vais aller à l'école de conduite. How's that, Mr. Boo?
Very good.
Today I'm going to the driving school. Yeah, I think some of you know that I'm not the greatest French speaker in the world, and about 6 or 8 months ago we came across this app, which was the Rosetta Stone app, wasn't it? To say, I do find it useful. I mean, I should work harder at it, I realise that, but what it's really good at is helping you with pronunciation, because you've got that voice recognition element, haven't you?
Yes.
And pronunciation, particularly for Yorkshiremen in France, is quite difficult. I mean, there is one word, for example, that I never can make people understand, and it drives me up the wall because it is the simplest word, and it is the word for the number 2. It is simply saying the word duh. And the only way I've taught myself to do it is via the Rosetta Stone app and just trying to get to say duh, because being from Yorkshire, I just say duh the whole time, duh.
Elle lit.
Une fille.
Une fille.
Madame Lee est mon professeur.
Madame Lee est mon professeur.
And, you know, the language recognition is going to have to come for me, because I've got to sit this driving test, and I've got to be able to say this is the sign on TLD, what that means, etc., etc. Luckily for you lucky people out there, we've got a special deal, which is a lifetime membership for up to 50% off, and that doesn't just give you French, it gives you access to all their other, I think, 24 languages.
24 languages.
So if you decide to flit and move to Spain, you could learn that. So anyway, check out the link at the top of our description, and think about perhaps getting yourself the Rosetta Stone app. So we are dropping down into the People's Republic of Monaco. What's this place called, Mr. Boo? Not Monaco, the driving school.
Monaco Bon Conduite.
Which means what? Good conduct.
Good driving.
Good driving, that's me, good driving. So we just need to find it. We're going under the tunnel Albert II, down.
Yes.
Straight down.
Yes.
Oh, a tunnel, not into the parking freeway. It'd be a bit ironic if I had a crash on the way into the driving school after 2 years of impeccable and almost perfect driving. Wouldn't you say? Anyway, let's see if we can find it and see what happens. This tunnel is absolutely enormous, and it's on a massive curve, and it almost drops you right down from sort of halfway down from La Turbie into Monaco itself. We once got this by accident, and it was a total disaster because it was snakes and ladders. We ended up back at the bottom of the board. But I mean, just look at this. I won't run it all in real time, but it is absolutely ginormous, and we've still another 700 meters, I think, to go. It must be, I don't know, 3 kilometers long, 4? No, more. Unbelievable. Monaco, the city of tunnels. This is how we discovered this company, because they were in Villefranche giving somebody a lesson. They actually give lessons in Citroenese. They've got similar problems with their stickers. Look, Mr. Boo, Centre de Haut-Mation. It's a bit like us. Right, Mr. Boo, we've got about an hour till the office reopens and I can go and sign up. So let's get a bit of food, and we're going to take you to somewhere that we really like in Monaco, which is a place that's used an awful lot by the locals. A lot of the office workers use it, and it's actually the old market hall. There is a big market out here which is nice but a little pricey. But the food in here, the food hall, we found in the past to be good and reasonably priced. So let's nip into the Marché de la Condamine. Oh, dear, that my French is really improving, and see what we can find for a bit of pre-driving school lunch. So sadly, we've just discovered that no dogs are allowed, though I think I can see a dog inside, but the security man is looking a bit daggers at Twigs, so Mr. Boo's going to have to stay outside and I'll take you in and show you around. So let's head inside the Marché de la Condamine. Oh, bit of a blockage on the electric door. We'll try this one. That's better. Yes, this looks remarkably like a dog to me, but hey ho, nobody ever said it'd be fair. Right, let's give you a walk round. It really is very lively and very tasty in here. Stall here, fantastic pasta, pesto, bolognese, parmigiano. Over here we've got pizza, focaccia. Here we've got the healthy bar, salads, all kinds of things. But over here, delicious looking pizza, absolutely gorgeous looking. You'll see, I think, the social mix in here. It is by no means sort of high-end and posh. It is a real mix of people. Over here, a real sort of old-fashioned, old-school bar, La Zonk, which looks like you find in any sort of covered market on this coastline. And then as you come down here, you've actually got a little butcher's shop inside here. I didn't realise there were actually shops. I thought it was all just food stalls now. But and then a rather good fromagier here, so you can get all your cheeses. And again, you can see, oh, another dog in here. Well, maybe Twigs might be allowed in, surely, if there's 2 dogs in here. And lots of tables for people to sit. As I say, a very healthy social mix, a very democratic mix. This is by no means Monegasque billionaires. But there's some really good food. It smells delicious and it's quite difficult to choose. There's even a Japanese sushi bar here. Another butcher's. This looks quite high-end. Sashi beef, 89 a kilo. Wow, Wagyu beef, 249 a kilo. And then over here we've got the rotisserie of Monaco. We've got chickens, we've got lovely sandwiches and baguettes there. Gentleman buying a little bottle of wine. And then over here we've got, again, more traditional things like blette and petit farci, stuffed vegetables with sausage meat. And we've even got in the centre here a truffle bistro. I have to say, it's all making me quite hungry. But there really is a lot to choose from. Well, we've spotted 3 dogs in there. Mr. Boo's going to make a go of it with Twigs. Can we get past security? She's in, she's in. What are you fancying, Mr. Boo? There's too much choice.
What have you seen?
Well, there's everything. There's traditional, there's petit farci, there's some gorgeous looking pizza, there's a truffle bar.
Don't know, maybe something salady?
Salady? Salady? I've got to learn to drive. I can't do it on a leaf. So after much binding in the marshes, much decision making, we nearly went for the pasta stand, which looks great, but we'd really, neither of us terribly hungry, and I've got to keep my energy up, my brain power for this driving school stuff. So we've gone for something very simple. We've gone for a Diavolo pizza and we've cut it in half. Have a taste, Mr. Boo. Getting his bits out of his bag. It's like being on a plane. Ooh, fast cutting. It's going in for the spicy sausage and margarita. Is that what it is? Spicy sausage and margarita? Base good?
I think you'll like it. It's very you.
Is it like a sloppy Giuseppe? Mm-hmm. I like my pizza sloppy. Gotta get the sloppy check. I used to love those old Pizza Express. I think they were called sloppy Giuseppes, weren't they? Oh yeah. Sloppy. Well, that was a very nice pizza. Mr. Boo will tell you I'm a terrible pizza snob. A lot of pizzas I really don't like. I seldom get through them. I only eat them as sort of fodder because I hate dry pastry and I hate it when it's not sort of juicy and flavoursome and not decent ingredients. Though that was all of those, wasn't it? Absolutely delicious. I could have eaten a whole one. The pizza was €14, a reasonable price for that pizza, not a bargain. But actually the drinks were €3 for a cola and €3 for your water, which sat there in Monaco. The whole thing came to €20. I think that's a pretty good deal. The best thing about eating in there is it is genuinely a democratic place. There's a real mix of people, there's a really good atmosphere, and it is so far away from the image of Monaco that the supercars and the billionaires give you. Anyway, enough of my egalitarian nonsense. Let's now get back to the driving school. So, just along from Monaco Motors, which is the official Lotus dealer, is my driving school. Top me, posh, very posh. Bonjour. I telephoned earlier about registration. So, I've been in and I think I understand what I've got to do. First off, I've got to go and get this special photograph taken of myself with a proof it's me on, and then we can apply for the license, which might take a couple of weeks. But the strange thing is that it seems that you do the theory test, or maybe it's not strange, maybe it's the same in Britain, I don't know. But I've got to do the theory test, and when I've passed the theory test, then I can go on and do a minimum of 13 hours in the electric car. And then I'm going to do my test in Menton, apparently. And I've got to come and have some classes on the theory test in English. I could do it online, but that's in French. But when I actually do the theory test, it will be in French, but apparently I could have a translator there. Maybe Mr. Boo could be there. I wonder if that'd be allowed. I don't think it'd be allowed, do you? Anyway, so I've got to go get this special photograph done first off. So I've returned to the office with my photographs. Now the weird thing is they don't even keep the photographs, because I don't know if this system exists elsewhere, but the French have this photo system which basically means that the machine has got a record of these. So in other words, I guess you can't tamper with them. It's also got a sort of security code which she has then put in with my driving license application to the prefecture, which is like the local council. And so I get my photos back. So basically now what I've got to do is study online for my theory test. In a couple of weeks I should get my provisional license through from the prefecture, but the next stage is to study for the theory and then try and pass the theory test in Nice in French. And if that happens, well, the Bastille night fireworks will go up and I may well be made the new king of Monaco. Anyway, let's see what happens. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, please give us a comment, please think about buying us a coffee. But most of all, everyone, remember, stay charged.